Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Our topic of conversation today is sort of a continuation of a conversation we've already started, and it's about ancient roots medicine and a lady who knows an enormous amount about ancient roots medicine and also about very sharp pins, a lady called Nissin. How are you, Nissin?
Hi, nice to see you again.
I have had a couple of questions because acupuncture, that's one of the very main pieces of work that you do for people, isn't it?
Yes, it's one of the pieces of 5 branches medicine.
Okay, now you've been practicing this for a long time?
Yes, I've been practicing for 25 years.
And not only here in New Zealand either?
No, I practiced in Hawaii for 11 years and I practiced in Washington State for 6 years before that. And I've been here practicing for about 11 years.
Now, when people come in and see you, they can either come to see your ancient Chinese herbs and your ancient roots medicine, or they can come and get stuck by you with your sharp pins. But what happens if the person coming in the door is like me, who's a total needle phobic?
Mostly I just tell people that they should not try to compare it to getting an injection at the doctor. Chinese acupuncture needles are very fine and they're flexible surgical stainless steel. So I can put 10 of my acupuncture needles inside one of your doctor's needles.
That's why I go to you rather than to a doctor. I really don't like the big needles the doctors have. Now, when I came here, because I've actually been on your treatment table and I've been a pin cushion of yours, and I've got to say, hand on heart, you didn't hurt me.
Well, I'm really happy about that. Hopefully I brought you some joy too, because when people receive the acupuncture, their healing energetics rises up and it makes them feel really relaxed.
How does it work? Or is that too big a question?
Inside the organs of your body, you have life force, and there are pathways that carry the energy from your organs to the surface of the body where I can influence it with acupuncture needles.
And it's amazing. When you were pushing needles into my ear, you were actually doing things for my kidneys and my liver, and that was just amazing how you can find those pieces.
Yeah, we have microsystems in the body that we can treat, so I don't have to go putting a needle right in your back if your back is sore.
One of the things that people often ask too is this a real kind of medicine, or is this a little bit sort of funky?
Well, actually, we don't call ourselves alternative medicine. We call ourselves the original medicine.
Why do you do that?
Because we've been around for thousands of years.
Yeah, good point. 2,300 years or something?
Yep, the first textbook was written 2,300 years ago. So I view what we're doing as really deep medicine that observes how people have balance and how they have imbalance. And what we do is we help to restore that balance to them, because your body is always trying to come back into harmony. That's a given.
If someone is out of harmony, maybe they've had an injury, they can actually come to you.
Well, actually, when a patient comes to me and chooses acupuncture, they pay a co-payment and ACC pays me to take care of them.
Brilliant. So you're a registered ACC provider.
Yes, I have been for about 9 years here in New Zealand.
Even more reason to come and visit you. Okay, so if you have a client who comes in, is it necessary for them to come in for the rest of their lives, or is that something not really necessary?
Well, I would never expect anyone to come for the rest of their life. Most people who come to see me notice a change after, a lot of times right there on the table. People will say, oh my gosh, my shoulder, I can move my shoulder easier. But most patients notice with 1 or 2 treatments that they're already feeling some changes. And then one of the most wonderful parts of my work is people will come in and say, you know, I didn't tell you that I had a stomach ache that's been bothering me for 2 years, but after you started treating me, my stomach ache also feels better.
Now, speaking of stomachs too, something that I know an awful lot of women have issues with, and we were talking earlier, that you can actually help women in that change of life, menopause, which must be a dreadful thing for some women to have to go through.
Yes, when I was studying acupuncture, I apprenticed with a fertility specialist for 2 years. So I learned quite a lot about taking care of women in all phases of their life, when they begin their menstruation and when they're preparing to have babies and giving birth. I worked with midwives for quite some time in Hawaii assisting with birth. And working with menopause is a very special type of treatment, and it really gives a sense of well-being back to the woman who feels sort of disassociated from themselves because their hormones are changing so much, their perspective changes. So Chinese medicine brings balance and harmony to a woman who feels out of sorts.
So if you're feeling out of balance, out of sorts, out of whack, you need to come and see my friend Nissin. Make sure that you do call first because you really do need an appointment. And if they do call, what's the number?
The number is 06-367-0903. And if you call me, I will definitely call you back and answer any questions you have. And when you come see me, plan to be here about an hour.
There you go. Come and see Nissin. That number again, 06-367-0903.
106.3 Beach FM.